Let's go Dolphins! The pressure is reaching its limit in Miami, and what I'm about to share with you could change the entire course of this season. I've been investigating the latest updates, injury reports, and behind-the-scenes rumors, and what I've uncovered may surprise you, or worse, confirm what you feared all along. Before I reveal all the crucial details, do me a favor. If you're a true Dolphins fan and have bled teal and orange through every difficult season, every false start, every squandered lead, then hit that like button right now. And I want to hear your thoughts in the comments too. Leave a go, Dolphins. We won't give up if you still believe in this team. Because what I'm about to tell you is more than just statistics. It's about decisions that could define the future of this franchise. Stay tuned, because this goes far beyond a simple win or loss. Now let's get straight to it. The Dolphins are getting a rare break with injuries, not their own, but the Jets. This Jets team is banged up in critical areas, and Miami absolutely has to capitalize. The quarterback situation alone is a massive question mark. Justin Fields, who suffered a concussion in Week 2 against the Bills, still hasn't cleared protocol as of midweek. That's nearly a week and a half in the concussion protocol. The possibility of him being cleared by Monday exists, but even then, the Jets may be hesitant to fully unleash him in the run game, the one area where Fields is truly dangerous. Let's be honest here. Justin Fields torched the Dolphins defense the last time he faced them, when he was still in Chicago. We're talking over 300 total yards, 4 touchdowns, and 180 of those yards coming on the ground. That was against a Miami defense that wasn't as statistically terrible as this one. And yes, let's not sugarcoat it, the Dolphins defense has been the worst in the NFL through 3 weeks. That's not hyperbole. That's fact. Bottom ranked. And if Fields plays, it puts a ton of pressure on a defense that already looks lost. But here's the twist. If Fields can't go, it's Tyrod Taylor time. And while Taylor is a more polished pocket passer, he doesn't pose the same unpredictable threat with his legs. You can scheme against Taylor. You can force him into situations where he has to win with his arm alone. And for a struggling defense like Miami's, that's a far more manageable challenge. Personally, I'd rather face Taylor. Fields might be inconsistent, but when he's hot, he's lethal. And with Miami's inability to contain mobile quarterbacks, that's a terrifying matchup. But let's shift the focus to where this game might actually be won, on the ground. The Jets are decimated at linebacker. Quincy Williams is out and on IR with a shoulder injury. That's a major blow. He's one of the few high-motor, reliable run defenders on that squad. And it doesn't stop there. Marcelino McCrary is also on IR. That's their third linebacker, gone. He was huge on special teams and had real defensive snaps under his belt. We're now talking about the Jets starting Quan Mauigoa and Cam Jones, a guy who was just elevated from the practice squad. This is where Mike McDaniel needs to earn his paycheck. This is where the Dolphins offense, already showing signs of life, needs to exploit the soft underbelly of the Jets defense. The middle of the field is wide open, literally. No chemistry between these backup linebackers, no game experience as a unit, and one of them just got his practice squad jersey swapped for a game day helmet. That is as vulnerable as it gets. Run the ball between the tackles. Target the middle of the field in the passing game. Get those quick slants going. Get your running backs matched up against these inexperienced linebackers in space. It's there. All the opportunity in the world is there for Miami to dominate offensively. And let's not ignore this. The Jets defense is not elite anymore. Statistically, they're a bottom 5 unit this season, giving up 31 points per game. That's 29th in the league. They're 28th in EPA per play, 26th against the pass, 22nd against the run. They are as bad as Miami's defense. And that's saying something. Let's keep it real. The Jets gave up 34 to the Steelers in Week 1. That's not a good offense. In Week 3, they let New England score 21, and that was only because the Patriots turned the ball over 5 times. This is not a defense that should scare Miami. With that in mind, this game should be the moment the Dolphins put up 27, maybe 30 points. We saw 21 against Buffalo, and it could have been more without the turnovers. We saw 27 against New England, and now you're facing a depleted Jets defense on primetime, at home. This is the moment. Anything less than a convincing offensive showing is unacceptable. Because let's face it, Dolphins fans, we've been here before. A promising win, maybe even a statement performance on national television, and suddenly hope starts creeping back in. But what happens next? That's where things tend to fall apart. Miami has developed a frustrating habit under this current regime, moments of brilliance followed by stretches of inconsistency, defensive collapses, and mind-numbing losses to teams they should beat. That pattern won't be broken with just one win over a broken Jets squad. It'll take a streak, a real one, and that's where the doubts begin to flood in. Even with the Jets' injuries, even with the opportunity right in front of them, are the Dolphins prepared to capitalize? That's the real test. It's not just about putting up points. Any decent team should be able to expose third-string linebackers and a quarterback carousel. It's about closing the door when you have the lead. It's about playing complementary football for 4 quarters. It's about showing identity, toughness, and a killer instinct. Traits this franchise has lacked consistently, especially when the stakes are highest. And you want to know who's responsible for that lack of identity? Chris Grier. Year after year, this roster has been molded in his vision, and year after year, we see the same cracks appear. The offensive line is still patchwork at best. The defense, while talented on paper, is underperforming massively. And somehow, despite all the failures, Grier is still calling the shots. It's baffling. If this team misses the playoffs again, and let's be honest, they're already dancing with disaster, he should be out. No more excuses. No more talk about potential. It's time for results. Let's talk about what this game needs to look like. The Dolphins can't come out flat. We've seen slow starts kill momentum and allow lesser teams to hang around. They need to dictate the pace early, establish the run game, use motion to create mismatches, and attack that Jets linebacker unit from the jump. Don't wait until the second quarter. Don't wait until desperation mode. Set the tone. And defensively, this is the week to make a stand. No, you're not facing a top 10 quarterback. You're facing a backup, either Tyrod Taylor or a freshly cleared from concussion Justin Fields, who may not be 100%. This is the time to dial up pressure. Don't just sit back in soft zone coverage and hope for mistakes. Force them. Make them uncomfortable. Get off the field on third down. This isn't about being flashy. This isn't about Tua throwing for 350 yards or Hill and Waddle combining for 3 touchdowns. That would be nice, sure. But this is about grit. This is about showing fans, for once, that this team can win ugly, that they can overcome adversity, that they can take advantage of the breaks they're finally getting, instead of squandering them like so many times before. Because if they can't beat a 0-3 Jets team with no linebackers and an unclear QB situation, then what are we even doing? Why are we still pretending this team is one piece away? Why are we holding out hope that Grier can fix what he's broken a dozen times before? And you know what's ironic? Even with the Jets being as bad as they are, even with the injuries and the stats, this game still feels like a toss-up. That's how little faith the fan base has left. That's the weight of years of disappointment. One win won't change that, but it could be the start of something, if they handle business the right way. And here's the thing, this game isn't just about salvaging a winless season. It's about sending a message to the fans, to the locker room, and especially to the front office. If the Dolphins show up flat, uninspired, and walk away 0-4, then the message is clear. This team, as it's currently constructed and managed, is not built to win when it matters. That falls on Chris Grier. That falls on years of missed draft picks, questionable free agency moves, and an ongoing failure to build a defense that can hold its own even against backup quarterbacks. But if Miami can take advantage of the Jets' battered defense, capitalize on their quarterback uncertainty, and finally play a complete game, then maybe, just maybe, there's still something to fight for this season. Maybe a turnaround is possible. But it starts now. No more excuses. No more moral victories. It's win or collapse. So I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is this Dolphins team about to turn the corner, or are we headed for another year of disappointment? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you're tired of watching Grier run this team into the ground, and don't forget to subscribe for more real, unfiltered Dolphins coverage every day. Go Dolphins!